Good morning. Happy whatever day of the week it is.
I'm here. I'm just around the corner. Just give me a second.
I believe today's Wednesday.
It is
I have my very first coffee I've had in probably 3 or 4 days.
two, but who's counting?
What do you mean?
You didn't have one yesterday, but you had one the day before because we were still here. So
Good morning, Leslie. So I'm having this coffee and it's very light colored. It's almost like ambery, and it concerns me. I'm terrified to try this.
It's a medium roast. So I don't know how strong it is because, again,
I can smell the cinnamon.
My taste buds are still a little wonky. They're getting better.
They're getting better. So we are still at the Paradise Village, although
obviously right now we're home.
Look like it right now. Last night we stayed home, and our kids stayed.
Zach and Chuita. So we stayed there the night before last with Chuita and the girls. So I'm talking Monday night. We went, took the girls, spent the day yesterday, and then Zach met us, mostly just to get his band, because when we went with Chuita in the middle of the afternoon, it was so busy that it took us over an hour standing in line to try to get their bands.
The thing that irks me is she's obviously pregnant, like hugely pregnant.
And two little ones.
And two little kids. And they're like, you just stand and wait over there, people.
So anyways,
if we were in Canada and they had done this, I think you would have freaked out.
Well, she could have went and sat down. And she was playing, and then Amberlyn fell asleep. So it actually worked a little bit in our favor.
Because you taste the cinnamon, that sweetness is there. I can really taste that sweetness of the cinnamon.
Is that a bad thing?
No, but okay. I think that's pretty much all I can taste.
Well,
good morning, Kevin.
Good morning, Kevin. And good morning, Leslie. It's just not a strong. Oh, here we go. It's just not a strong coffee. That is it. Jolene, good morning. Jolene, how are my taste buds? I want to say maybe 80% because I'm starting to taste more things. I'm just not tasting everything. And it was funny because someone that knew us knows me fairly well. We used to be quite close as a group of people, but things happen. This was years and years ago. Anyways, he asked me, but can you taste tequila? I'm like, well.
Yeah, but she still has no problem with it. Good morning, Kathy.
I don't have a problem with tequila.
No,
not one whatsoever. Good morning, Marie.
So we came home.
Good morning, Karen. Hold it. We got people to say hi to.
Hello.
Good morning, Julie.
Hello.
Julie and Kent are now here.
Oh, good.
They are celebrating their 25th anniversary. We're going to be in your neck of the woods tonight. We're staying at Paradise Village tonight. Julie, if you guys are up to doing something.
If it's their anniversary, though.
I don't know if it's today is their anniversary.
Oh, okay. I think we're going to do the cowboy theme night tonight.
Yeah, there is a theme night tonight. So if anybody wants to join us, it's like 400 and some pesos. It includes all you can eat and drink. And
I'm feeling like a cowboy tonight.
We also found out yesterday, it was kind of funny because yesterday we hadn't ordered a lot. 18 days, Kathy. That's awesome. We haven't ordered a lot at the restaurants because we did bring some food. But yes, we will. Julie's saying yes. I'll check with Kent. So we were sitting at the pool yesterday afternoon. So first of all, we had hamburgers, and you know what, you guys, the food was good. The meals were big,
large,
and it was only for 4 hamburgers with French fries, and they were generous. And the burgers themselves were nice and thick.
Including the tip was 640 pesos.
The tip was 640 pesos. I mean,
32 American dollars. So.
That's not much for hamburgers, hamburgers. And then we were sitting at the beach later in the so we took the girls back, let them have a nap. We kind of relaxed and chilled and stuff. And then we went back down to the pool. And bought the girls some French fries as a snack. Because at that point in time, we weren't 100% sure what we were doing for dinner because we didn't know exactly where Zach, when he'd get back. And so then I ordered lemonades for the girls and a margarita for me. And John was not down yet.
She never thinks about me.
You weren't here and you didn't.
You never think about me.
Anyways. And then he brings this whole tray of drinks. There's 4 lemonades and 2 margaritas, and I'm like, is it happy hour? He's like, yeah. And I'm like, bonus. Happy hour is 5 to 6. Just saying that the dinner tonight starts at 6:30. Now you do have to check with us first because we have to. I don't know about Kent and Julie because they own a Paradise Village property. It's November 4th. Oh, mañana is your anniversary. Congratulations. And you know what? That's funny because our anniversary is a month from today, December 3rd. And we will be 33 years.
33 years.
33 years, yeah. And as John always says, I could have murdered someone and I'd be a free man.
It's kind of true. I could have probably murdered 5 people in Canada, and
I could arrange
I'd have been free at
you
15
being
years.
charged for that now. And anyways, so yeah, so that's kind of our day. We are insanely busy, which is why we're back and forth, which is the other reason why this is super nice that we can have like vacation hours, maybe not days, but vacation hours where we can just chill and relax and be spoiled a little bit. And I think this is just spam. I'm just going to turn the sound off.
It is nice. These smartphones are great.
I know.
You've got unknown or suspected spam.
Yep.
We just don't answer. So if we don't know who you are.
So if it comes in as an unknown number, because even most of the time, it'll tell us at least that it's from the United States or something. But if it totally says unknown and we don't answer, anytime if we don't answer our phones, please leave a message or text us because your calls are very important to us. But we've been getting in the last probably 18 months, the spam calls that we've been getting has been ridiculous.
I like your top. I like this. I like that.
Yeah, I really like this little dress. It's not a top, it's a dress. Although, is this the one that you said
that's kind of short?
Yeah, it goes to my knees.
That's
my
horrible.
Old man husband. I tell you, it's not like I've got these sexy legs that people are going to be going, wow. Although yesterday too at the pool, Taylor noticed this and she says, Nana, who drew on you? So then I was showing her. I said, those are tattoos and they can't wash off. Nana has them now for her whole life.
Well, and you showed her the one that represents her. And she's like,
yeah. So I showed her on one of my ankles, I have a tattoo that is the infinity symbol, right? This little, I'm not going to show that finger, but you guys know what the infinity symbol is. And there's hearts surrounding it. So John and my hearts are in the middle. They're the big ones. And then Zach and Chuita as a married couple, their hearts are on there. And my kids' hearts are on there. And my grandkids' hearts are on there. So I showed her which hearts were whose. And she was just thrilled with that.
Kira says, good morning.
And good morning,
I'm here
Kira.
now from Edmonton. Good morning, Kira.
So I'll PM you. Kent says yes. Yes. And we didn't spoil you enough in Texas. Oh, Jolene, you guys spoiled us hugely in Texas.
Absolutely. Thank you.
We will remember that trip for a long time, and we may have to. It may have to be. Dallas. But we can't get to Dallas at this point in time after the 8th.
Oh, we can. It's not going to last, guys. This is
at
not
this
going
point.
to
I did
last.
say at this point in time. So
it's not going to last.
And then Julie says we have a busy day today. Massages at 3. We are picking up friends at the airport at 2:30ish, bringing them back to Bucerias, and then we'll be heading back to the resort. So,
have you told them to call us as soon as they land? Because that's probably the easiest.
She is. Oh, we're frozen. Kira, I think it might be on your end because it doesn't look like our screens are freezing. Anyways, Terry's in the air right now because they left Vancouver. But if you haven't left Vancouver yet, Terry, message us. Repeat somewhere else next time.
Repeat.
I don't know what that means, Jolene. You mean visit somewhere else next time? You don't want us to come stay with you? Go somewhere else, damn it. We don't want you back at our house.
This coffee does not taste like coffee. It mostly tastes like cinnamon. And I like it. It's like cinnamon tea almost.
Yeah, with just a hint of caffeine. Or
just a touch. Maybe she's saying we're frozen because we live in Mexico and it's like 27 degrees outside and sunny and low humidity and perfection. It is the perfect Alberta summer day every day now for the next 7 months, 8 months.
So let me just see. Currently, we are at 28 degrees Celsius.
Oh, I was 1 degree off.
We are, it feels like 31. That means the humidity is
In
high.
Canada, it always feels cooler.
Humidity is only 71%, so that's
awesome.
actually not bad. But that's kind of how yesterday started, and then it did get hotter. But
it was a great day, though.
It was.
We spent it at the pool.
Yeah, we pretty much, except for nap time, we spent the whole day at the pool, or the whole, yeah.
Now, I did go in the hot tub. I like the hot tub. It's a great hot tub.
Friggin' zoo. Oh, I thought that was Jolene again. I'm like, what? So spoil both of us, elsewhere, or can you do Texas but add other cities? Spoil both of us elsewhere. Oh, elsewhere.
Jolene, are you into tequila?
Are you drinking this morning, honey? Yes. And Julie said when they landed yesterday, it took an hour and a half to get through, and they came in from Vancouver. Oh, God, that's where our friends are coming from.
So maybe that's why I'm saying I think we wait until they call us and then we leave. Because it is crazy. The airports are nuts right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like we dropped off Eric and Sarah. You've got 2 lanes. It's a wraparound at the airport. This was last
Saturday.
They drop people off. It was 100% full, like with 2 vehicles, 2 lanes, everybody wrapping around. That was crazy.
Yeah. And Jolene is saying it's only 48 degrees, feels 45 rainy.
If it was 48 Celsius here, we'd all be dead.
48 Fahrenheit, which is not warm.
No, it's not.
It's not even room temperature, is
it?
That's almost freezing.
Room temperature is 72.
Yeah. So
what
are you
at?
You're like
waiting till 72. You were waiting for me. You were going to say 70.
I wasn't going to interrupt you, honey.
Oh, okay. There we go.
Debbie, good morning.
Hello. So what can we tell these fine folks today? I mean, we've got so much going on. It's crazy.
We have a lot of offers on the table right now, which is very exciting. Actually, 3 have been accepted.
I don't know.
Yeah, the 3 big ones. They've all been accepted.
All right.
We just don't have signed paperwork yet, but they've been verbally accepted.
Yep.
That's exciting. I tell you, it's very exciting.
Yeah.
One step closer to my pool.
Well, yeah, we can get the pool now. Like that's the thing is,
we
have to do all this additional construction.
Yes, it's not just the pool though. We have to do the wall, and then do we do the pool before we do the casitas? Because then the pool will get dirty.
It will. Like it's just
so we have other things that have to be.
If only we could get inexpensive mortgages here.
If only.
If only. If you have a crap ton of money and you want to start doing mortgages in Mexico, let's talk.
If you have a crap ton of money and want to.
Okay, so Kathy says, why is it taking so long to go through the airport coming from Vancouver? It's just the traffic.
I don't think it's necessarily coming from Vancouver. I think it's just that they came from Vancouver. So probably at that point in time, there was a lot of flights that landed, and they don't have enough staff, and they never have, and they keep doing improvements on the airport, and every time they improve it, it makes it longer and strong and slower. And
let me say something here. This is kind of, I think, the most important thing that people need to understand. For 2 years, Canadians mostly and the Northern Americans have not been to Mexico for 2 years. And we had clients of ours many years ago. This is before the last crash, the global crash. He said, people will stop. They will stop going for 2 years, but after 2 years, they're coming back. He said they will eat hot dogs for 2 years, but if they've had steak, that steak they will go back to, but it'll take 2 years. He was so bang on. It was absolutely amazing.
Makes the margarita much better. The wait time, you mean? Or being frozen?
So this 2 years that people have not come, they're going to be buying a storm of stuff. I think every new construction is going to be sold out.
Yeah.
It's going to be crazy this season.
So you know what, you guys, seriously, if any of all y'all want to come down and sell real estate, and if you can tell the truth.
Yeah, that's the most important thing.
And be on time.
Now, this was interesting. We had a lady here in town. She is a property manager, and I'm not going to say who it is, but she was saying, you can't trust John and Christie.
They're not honest people.
We are like the only honest people
Our last
here.
name is Forget. Do you think we could get away with lying to people and still be in business this long?
In a tiny town for 18 years. Do you think we could really do that?
So that comment was insane. Now Kent says he would love to talk, and the winky face. Yeah, we'd love to talk to Kent too. He's my cousin from another
That's
cousin.
True.
Somehow we're related distantly, which is very cool.
It is very cool.
I have a lady you could hire to sell real estate and speak Spanish. If you trust her, Jolene, because I trust you.
Yeah, we have. Well, Liz is going to be joining us.
She wants to sell real estate.
She does.
Instead of just so we are going to definitely need someone that is bilingual, that can sit in the office and answer phones and
hey Jim, hello from Victoria.
Meet and greet people.
So November 30th is our grand opening.
Good morning, Glenda. How are you? Good morning, Sheila. How are you girls this morning?
So the 30th of November is our grand opening. We've got permits.
And I will meet this lady in 28 days, Jolene says. So that's good. Yes, the grand opening, the 30th of November. Please, if you guys want to come, just let me know. It's not, we're inviting people, but it's not by invite only. We are going to be on the plaza. So we're going to have permits. We have permits.
Food for 150 people.
We're going to sell some tacos.
No.
We hired a taco stand and they're going to come and make us some tacos. We will have some
booze,
drinks, water, sodas.
Maybe some of my vodka.
Maybe some vodka.
Mm-hmm.
How is your uncle doing? My uncle is much, much better. Thank you for asking.
He has pneumonia now. COVID is out of the system. He's awake. They still have him in the hospital and they're saying for a couple of weeks.
Because of his lung situation, his breathing is still not 100%.
So, Jim, the link to our properties is just mexicolife.com.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to take you to all the MLS. Right now, we've sold almost every single listing we have. Like, it is so weird.
And Sheila says, my dress is beautiful. Thank you. Yeah, we hardly have, and actually we have a request for paperwork from a unit that we've had for sale for a while. We will have I think 3 listings left after this. So we need listings.
But please ask people to call us.
Yeah.
We are really the only ones that are set up for tech, for distribution of the information. We're set up for absolutely everything.
And Cheryl, this is you. This is for you because you had asked about an invitation to come. Not Wednesday. November 30th. It'll start probably 5:30-ish. Food will probably start 6-ish. I say probably because we are still in Mexico, but our permit for the food cart is 6 to 8. So, and they know that, so they'll make it work because we get them for 2 hours generally. We will be hanging around until the last person leaves. Not the last person on the plaza because that never is over, but the last person that wants to come and chat with us. So please, you guys, please come on the 30th. Debbie asked, what time will it start? Yeah, so 6 officially. Okay, I'm going to put 6 officially. We will obviously be at the office. So,
yes, we will. Halloween, I think we've talked about Halloween.
It was nice. It wasn't as busy as we expected, it was pleasant. It was because years in the past, it's been very frustrating. Some of these kids are very rude. Kids in general. I'm not talking, Yeah,
kids are rude.
kids are rotten, except for my grandkids.
Well, your grandkids, I think they can be rotten. You just don't notice.
Oh, I see it, but I love them best, anyways.
They're awesome kids. They really are. Kids in general are awesome. We're just joking, obviously.
Yes.
Because every child is loved by somebody. We have a rule at our house where if the kids are a-holes, the friends cannot be parents. The parents cannot be friends of ours.
If the kids are rotten, generally, there's exceptions, and we understand that. But that was a long time ago when we had young kids, and it was hard because our kids were expected to follow a certain protocol as far as behavior and stuff.
You will behave or you will die. That was the rule.
Yes.
Well, no, actually, it was the back of a milk carton.
Back of the milk carton.
I'd always be like, they'd be like, what are you doing? I'm like, just seeing how you look at the back of a milk carton.
Mm-hmm.
They would behave after that.
Yeah.
They were good kids. They really were. I mean, our kids were fantastic. They still are. I mean, they're awesome human beings. And we see people here, and some of them, they have issues with their children. I don't understand that. Like, for me, if I had an issue with my child, I would just move heaven and earth to figure this one out.
What about dogs as kids? Oh, because your dog barks too much, Jolene? Is that why you're asking? So are you asking now? Yes,
your dog is fine.
Yes, lost friends because kids were asses. Yeah, you know what? And I mean, I don't know really if we've lost friends because of it, but we did. We actually our thought process was to limit the exposure of their kids to our kids, because again, we expected our kids to behave a certain way. And for a few years, John and I were very in the public eye in our area in Sylvan Lake, because we ran a farmer's market and we worked at a few other farmers markets, and that's how we made our money for a few years, and we did pretty darn good. But so our kids, we were always with us. The kids were always with us, and we were always together at these markets, and they would be manning our booth sometimes if we had to go do something else. So we needed to know that our kids were good even when we weren't there making them be good. You know what I mean?
I hope Spencer's watching, because maybe Spencer remembers this. We had a Christmas market that we were at, and it was like a Lions Hall or something like that. And we're downstairs in the basement, and Spencer was just misbehaving. And Spencer was 4 or 5.
Mm-hmm.
And I go over and I give him a swat on the butt, and then I hear him say to his siblings, "That didn't even hurt." I'm like, what? And I went sure, and I made sure that the next one maybe stung a little bit more. Now, I worked with a guy, and I'm not going to say where I worked or who it was, because you'll figure it out, and it was not a good thing. But this guy was a very well respected. And we're sitting at the table one day, and he's telling me how his 7 and 9-year-old boys would hit him. And I said, if my children even thought of hitting me or their mother, their butts would be whacked. He's like, "You hit your children?"
But and it was like, okay for his kids to hit him?
And I said, yeah, we do. Not out of anger, but because we're disciplining them, because we want respectful members of society. He could not wrap his head around that. But I said, we had 4 children in 5.5 years. No parent on this planet is patient enough to individually give the love and the care and attention that these children need, because it's a crazy world. And in those days too, we were so busy just working. This is why being a grandparent, I believe, is so fantastic, because you're slower. You're not making money. You're not working with your kids 24/7. So you have time to see them grow and learn.
But they're also not our kids, so we don't have to discipline them. I mean, obviously, we don't let the girls run wild, too. If they are doing things that they're not supposed to be doing.
Well, Nana will say, "You're going to get no candy." And you're like, "No, Nana, not the no candy." And they'll do that stuff. But no, and I love being a grandparent, because being able to watch the grandchildren, every new word, every new thing that they learn, is just magical. Like the other night, Christie said something in Spanish. Taylor's like, "That's Espanol."
Nana, that's Espanol.
So Christie's like, "Nana knows some Spanish." So she'd speak in Spanish, and Taylor's like, all shocked, because Taylor thinks
she's learning now the difference, right, between English and Espanol. And so she knows that she speaks to certain people in Espanol and she speaks to certain people in English, and and she'll translate a little bit between Mummy and Nana, because she'll say something to Mummy in Spanish, and then and then Chuita will respond, "Well, Mummy said this, Nana," and it's really fun.
She's 3.5 years old, and she speaks 2 languages. It just blows my mind. And it was funny, because she never spoke for the longest time. And the doctor, the pediatrician, says, "Oh, are you speaking 2 languages in the house?" There's like, "Yeah." I said, "That's why."
Yeah.
She said she's actually assimilating 2 languages at one time, and that just takes longer to come out. It was crazy, but it's awesome.
Yeah, and then we have Amberlyn, who wanders around singing all the time.
She does.
You can probably pick out every 50th word with her.
What the word is, or even what the song is sometimes, 1 out of 50.
So I'm assuming that she will be doing the same thing that Taylor does, but she is definitely, I don't know if she's more vocal than Taylor was, but she's definitely more...
She's not afraid.
Outgoing.
Yes.
No. Taylor was a little shyer.
Taylor still is shy.
Mm-hmm.
Like when people come up to her, she'll be like...
She's getting better.
They come up to Amberlyn, and Amberlyn's like, "Love you, babe. Can I have one of your fries?"
And Debbie, yes, I know you still want... Can I have one of your fries? I know you still want to do some computer work, and you're right. We probably won't have you really sit down and do any of that kind of stuff until after the opening, once we get settled into the new office, because there's going to be a bit of a process with that too, because having to move everything over and kind of decide what goes where and what we need. It'll be, I think, obviously we want to have it all done by the 30th and have the office finished.
Well, our coach said we have to sit down and actually go through everything and then hold to those dates.
Yes.
And those times.
Yeah.
And he says the craziest thing happens if you don't
meet your deadline.
Time, nothing. Nobody gets fired. It's still, the world just keeps spinning.
Yeah.
Round and round and round.
But we have the girls running because we're busy writing offers, getting closings ready to close, things like that. So I'm not complaining, understand me, but we need help.
Pastor Dave, hello. We watched you guys, if you go to YouTube and you type in Canadian Family Feud, go to the channel, and then they have 2 segments with you guys on there. Oh,
they
my
were
gosh.
awesome. It was so much fun to watch you guys.
Loved watching
and Dave,
you guys.
You look amazing.
Oh my gosh, absolutely. Yeah, so this is friends of ours, old pastors from Canada. They were on Canadian Family Feud.
Yeah.
So, and at the end it says, if you think you could be on the feud, cbc.ca for...
Yeah, just look at these guys. They could. Anybody could, right, Pastor Dave?
Yeah, that was fantastic.
And give our love to Corrine.
Now, I'm currently watching this female comedian called Taylor Tomlinson. I believe that's her last name.
I don't remember.
She's got a very deep voice for a female, but on her channel, they shift her voice higher. That's odd to me. So I don't know why they've done that. If they did that because of that multi-billion-dollar thing that's going on in the courts right now with that lady that's defrauded the government and all these people because she had this deep voice that was fake.
Love you too, Pastor Dave.
Yes.
Are you sending me text messages or to our email?
So yeah, Taylor Tomlinson, I believe is her name. She's a young comedian. Oh my gosh, she has just nailed life down pat. And her timing, everything about her is fantastic. And I saw a great video with her and Conan where Conan gave her a doll from the doll factory or something in New York. What's the place that you make the dolls? Used to do it with children with teddy bears, but they do this with dolls in New York. If you know the answer, please help us out.
Would I know that?
I think so. It's like a girl's name.
Is it American?
It's maybe American Dolls or something like that.
I don't remember.
Interesting. But yeah, if you want to see our old pastors in action, you've got to watch. Go to YouTube, type in Canada Family Feud.
American Girl.
Yeah, thank you.
It.
We appreciate that.
Thanks, Jolene. So we got an email this morning, and I just, again with Shirley and Liz. So it's clients of ours that we actually haven't met yet. They bought a ocean.
Oh, these are the guys that bought.
They bought an oceanfront condo from us, and just via video. They're just here for the first time, and they popped into our office yesterday. And unfortunately, we missed them. But she was talking about how wonderful the girls were, and that just makes my heart happy because those girls, I mean, we're not talking about my girls, I'm talking about our girls, which means the girls in the office. They are amazing. And honestly, you guys, I mean, we talk them up all the time, but we could not be doing what we do and how well we do it had we not had them. And I know I'd have to work a whole lot more if I didn't have them.
But that's the purpose. Like, that's why we're growing our business. We know we need to hire more people. Our coach is he's going crazy because he's like, you guys are just right on
you're on the cusp.
You're on the cusp. Just do it, man.
And I know coaches are supposed to do that. They're supposed to be raw, but he is. I mean, this is for real. I mean, the changes that we've been making more slowly than what we wanted. But like he said, any change is a good change.
Yeah, I think we probably do maybe 10% of what our coach recommends, and our business continues to grow.
Yeah, so if we actually did what he tells us and what we pay him to tell us to do, we would be doing a lot better. But you know what? We're happily doing well, and I really don't think that we could do much more without having more people with us, because it's too. Even for the four of us that are like our full-time, we have a couple of part-time people, but like agents, but we are overwhelmed already with what we have going on. And not to say that we can't handle it, because we are more than handling it. Yeah. But it is, there's not much more that I think we could do without more staff, is all I'm saying.
And it is very difficult to find good people here. And we've now decided at this moment, we're not going to hire more agents. We're going to hire assistants that are going to help us grow our business, put the system in place. Mm-hmm. So that way, I think we will be the team in Mexico.
Yeah. So we will, if someone wants to sell real estate, we will hire you as an assistant. We will train you. We will let you do stuff to be a buyer's agent to start with. Selling agencies are a little bit harder, or agents are a little bit harder, because there is definitely more involved in doing listings than there is in selling property. So not that there isn't a lot involved with selling property too. You have to know your stuff, and you have to give good advice. It's always hard to, well, how much do you think we should offer on that property? Well, it depends. I mean, we just did this. We told them to go low because it had been on the market for a long time. We did get it for a little bit less than asking, but we still had to bump it up. And you never know. And because we don't know the owners of the house, we trust the agent that we were working with, which makes a huge difference too, because there are some agents that just are not educated. I had explained to a lady that called me this morning just before this call. I said, there are realtors and there are real estate agents in the Bay. Realtors have some training, because as a realtor with the name, and it's not realtor, it's realtor, we have training. We've done some training. John and I have done a lot of extra training. But as a realtor in the Bay, you belong to the AMPI, which belongs to NAR and CREA up in Canada. So we have that backing. So we actually do have, if things are not being done properly and somebody can complain, put a complaint in another agent on another agent and go from there, right? So we do have a little bit of teeth, but that doesn't mean that they're all good agents either.
Yeah. My God, in the entire Bay, we've got about 350 that belong to our association, and there's maybe 10 that I trust giving keys to. Because here we have no lockboxes, and you have to trust the people you're working with. And unfortunately, it's a very transient.
And when we say we have no lockboxes, a lot of people have lockboxes for their renters, but we don't use them for our realtors. Let's put it that way.
So we are done for today.
Yes.
Thank you so much for joining us. We should have a conversation, though. Just problems with people and agents in the Bay here, things that we've seen, experienced, without naming names, obviously. But it's a crazy world.
Well, depending on what's happening tomorrow morning, which I think our tomorrow morning has changed a bit, we can probably do a quieter one up in our room. And
okay, all right,
because I think we'll be at the hotel tonight. All right,
guys, we will see you tomorrow. Have a fantastic